Namaste beautiful yogis. Today's video is a quick discussion on how to transition to a vegan diet or to a raw vegan diet or to a healthier diet. And there is a million videos on the subject, so I wasn't sure that there is a need for another video of how to become vegan. But since we are in the yoga yoga movement, and naturally sooner or later any yogi would consider a healthier diet, and I figured I will discuss my take on transitioning to a vegan diet. Now, don't get offended if you don't want to be a vegan, or if you don't want to transition, or if you're not interested. This video, it does not suggest that you should be vegan or should become vegan or anything like this. This video is simply directed at the people that are struggling to become vegan, and they're asking the questions. And it is a difficult transition for me. I hope I can be of help to you, because the transition for me happened probably it's already 20 years ago, around that, maybe 19-20 years ago. So it's been quite a while. I'm sure I have forgotten a few things, just a few things. But overall, I can give you tips on how to adopt a healthier diet and what I consider to be healthy, and how to go about your daily meals. Now, the first tip is tip number 1. Prepare for a journey. Do not prepare for a quick fix. The way yoga practice is, don't practice yoga for a month and say, wow, my tummy is not flat enough or something like this. This is your commitment for life, and that's the beauty of it. Because when you know that your yoga practice will be your friend for the rest of your life, then you have something to come back to throughout anything you're going in life. If you're happy, you can come back to the mat and center yourself, ground yourself if you're up in the clouds. And if you're sad, you can come back to your mat and connect with an inner knowing of something that is joyous within you, or you can connect with outer force or source. And so this is a commitment for life, or commitment, long-term commitment. Let's not make it all that doom and gloom, oh, this is forever. So it is something that you can kind of be joyous about, have something that you're strong in. All right, so that is the first thing. The second thing, tip number 2, you don't have to be sure exactly why you want to become vegan. Most people that have become vegan that I know became vegan for the wrong reason. They wanted to lose weight. They wanted to become healthier. Not that this is the wrong reason, but really most vegans will tell you, but it is an ethical thing. You shouldn't worry so much about yourself, and you should worry about the environment, and you should work on your compassion. You should work on becoming a more compassionate human being and such. But if you want to become a vegan because you want a tight bum, or you want to lift a lifted booty or whatever, that is fine with me. Become a vegan for whatever reason you want to become vegan. If it's just to experiment, just to see what it is, and just you will see the process of becoming of changing your diet will change your mindset. You will change the reason why you're vegan through the years you're vegan. It will evolve. So why you became vegan in the first place will be forgotten. By the time you have been for a while, you will realize that you are actually finding deeper meaning in your lifestyle, even though it's just diet, it's just food. But food is very important to your health and to your mind. Food is extremely important to how you think. So it is a worth it commitment. It is something that is going to continue giving you back. The third thing is tip number 3, do not fear becoming vegan. What do I mean by do not fear? Oh, am I gonna be deficient? Am I gonna be anemic? Am I gonna make a mistake? Don't worry about it. For sure, you will make a lot of mistakes. You will make so many mistakes, it's not even funny. I have made so many mistakes, and most people I know that are vegan have made so many mistakes. And when I became vegan, there was no information, no resources, no friends I could ask. I was on my own, and you can imagine it was trial and error, and there was many mistakes. But the journey is still more important than the results, and it's a continuous journey. It's not a quick fix. It's not you become vegan and all of a sudden all your problems and all the earth problems disappear and it's all fixed and you can go back to whatever you were doing before this. No, this is a process. This is a journey. You have to come back to it every morning, the way you have to come back to your yoga mat every day. You have to come back to your commitment every morning, and it's actually beautiful if you make it an open commitment where you choose to be what you are every morning. It's not a religion you stuck yourself in. It's not a box. Now you're vegan and you're not sure you want to be a vegan, but you make the decision. No, wake up in the morning and recommit. The way I think a marriage should be. Every day you should feel, oh, this is the person I want to marry. So it's not something you got stuck in. It's something that you choose over and over and over and over again, because it's something that your heart draws you to or pulls you in. And that is tip number 3. Do not be fearful. And the second part of tip number 3 is don't worry about the nutrition. What I want you to not worry but be considerate about is whole food. Just focus on whole foods. Don't buy processed foods, and if you do it only on occasion, when there is guests coming or when you're out. If you go out every single night, then that doesn't count. You have to make the majority of your meals wholesome, whole food meals, and you can make exceptions, but make sure that you're not lying to yourself, because we all do that. We all tell ourselves little lies, and if someone points out something about a flaw about us or something, and it just all hell breaks loose. For example, which leads me to tip number 4. Drop processed foods. And now I'm gonna shock probably 90% of you with what I consider processed foods, but it's not just sugar. It's not just sugar. It is oil. Yeah, oil is a processed food. You don't see oil dripping off of trees or plants, or it's contained in certain plants that actually are not optimal for human nutrition, and us pulling just the oil out of a nut or out of a fruit or out of a seed, we're really creating a food that has a very unbalanced macronutrient and a micronutrient profile, meaning there is no things on earth that are 100% fat. There is always some combination of phytochemicals and nutrients and little bit of protein, little bit of sugar and such in whole foods that you don't find in oils. Oils just extract one part of the plant. And many people think, oh, I cannot have salad or I cannot have carrots because I'm not gonna absorb the vitamin A or the carotene, beta carotene from them if I don't pour a bunch of oil on top of it. If you're worried about fat, just make a dressing for your salads out of tender young coconut meat and mustard, maple syrup and oregano and summer savory and all of those amazing goodies, and make that dressing. It will contain a little bit of fat. That's all you need. Now, I don't add a lot of fat to my diet, meaning I don't add a lot of coconut meat to my diet, because you will be surprised to know that if you just ate apples, or if you just ate apples and lettuce all day, you will get enough fat from your diet. And more importantly, this is gonna be the next tip, number 5, you will get enough protein. But back to tip number 4. If someone tells you something, now the oil is such a big attachment for most people that people lose it over oil. Seriously, they lose it, like you just offended their religion. And it's happened to me a couple of times where I posted one time on Facebook a study about if your diet is really high in fats, regardless of the source of the fat, it can be just avocados, but it's just the percentage of calories is coming mostly from fats in your diet. It increases your chance of heart disease, always. And I had some people just literally lose their mind over it. If you have attachment to oil thinking it's giving you some kind of nutrition, drop the oil and go to the source. If it's olive oil, go to the olives. You will get a lot more nutrition out of them. Soak them so that they're not salty, out of whole olives, and you don't need that much oil. How much fat do we need? 10 to 20% from calories, which is very little. If you only eat potatoes, little bit of tofu, a cup of coconut milk, and a ton of bananas, apples, oranges, and pears through the day, you will get 10% of your calories from fat. So don't think that you can add that many tablespoons of butter or nut butter to your diet in order to get to 10%. We're not talking 10% of volume, we're talking 10% of calories, and oil is extremely dense. A spoon of oil, any oil actually, is 120 calories. This is a tiny little spoon where you can get one banana that is big or two small bananas at the same calories, with a lot more nutrition and enough healthy fats in it. And you can, if we're talking vegetables, you can get, I don't know, probably a pound of broccoli. Don't quote me on that, but you'll get quite a bit of broccoli or spinach for the same amount of calories, and it will have enough fat in it, and it will actually be way high in protein. If you just ate vegetables, they're actually a little too high in protein for human needs. So that's why we balance them with fruit, so that we're not too high on the protein, which leads me to tip number 5. Don't worry about protein. And maybe this should have been tip number 1, because this is the biggest worry people have, where they are going to get their protein from. In the last maybe 12 years, I have been extremely active. I don't skip working out. I run. I used to run. I used to snowboard, rock climb, do yoga daily, and my yoga is not easy yoga. If you're doing my classes, you know it takes quite a bit of strength to do yoga, and I exercise, and I used to go to the gym daily, and I think that's about it. Most of the stuff I've been doing, and the thing is, I been eating pretty much this way for a year. I lost, or maybe it was 2 years, I lost a little bit my way and went into a little higher fat, the way it was very popular and the way it was very trendy with all the cacao and the coconut oil and stuff. And I did see that it did not affect me positively. So I know I have abandoned my religion of eating just pure fruits and veggies, and I've gone to higher fat, and it didn't serve me very well, even though it was still amazing food and really expensive superfoods. So going back to basics will heal your body, and it will be enough. It will be enough for your body. So don't worry about protein. Really don't worry about protein. The one thing I want you to pay attention to is processed foods. If you're eating cake and pastry and croissants and puddings and such things, or things that come in a bag, chips and potato chips, and then yeah, you will be deficient in protein, just because there is hardly anything in those foods. So you'll be getting calories, but you'll be getting no nutrition, no vitamins, no minerals, and you'll definitely be getting no good amino acids. So focus on whole foods. Now, tip number 6 is what can you eat. Get yourself a few good vegan cookbooks. Get at least 3, 4, 5, so that you can compare recipes, and if one is not that good, another one would be better fitted for your lifestyle. And just experiment. Cool, get excited about food. Come join Beautiful Yogis, where we are discussing all kinds of exotic or simple foods. Smoothies from peach, banana and blueberry, or something really exotic, fruits I've never seen. So we're discussing plants that are extremely nutritious. They have healing qualities beyond your wildest dreams. You have no idea how healing fruit is. That's why there is the saying, let food be your medicine and medicine your food. So basically focus on whole foods and don't worry about protein. The next step, getting books and learning to cook and learning to appreciate nature. Learn to just appreciate fruits. Learn to admire fruits, because they are pretty amazing. And sorry, my camera died. And sorry, by the way, I'm coming from outside. It's raining, and I did a really long 1 hour walk in the rain. So if if there is mascara running down my cheeks, I apologize for that. So you will notice that after you've been vegan for a while, things will start to come into, things will click. You will just get, the biggest problem I see about people that become vegan is too much reliance on outside, meaning try to source from within. You know everything. In some place of silent observation, you know deeper truths than you realize you do. So try to rely on yourself. Try not to there is a lot of people that I see that say, oh, they were vegan for a while and then it didn't work for them or something. Oftentimes there is different reasons why, but one of the reasons is they often rely on someone else's diet book, and if that diet book, they followed it to the T, and if it didn't work, all of a sudden they blame it on an outside source. No, commit from within and make it work from within. You can make anything work from within. You don't need someone to push you or support you in becoming anything, because that support will eventually dry up. It's not, you're not always going to have someone constantly, pushing you. You have to find it from within. It has to be strength from within. And also anxiety is another reason why people fail on a vegan diet. They're too anxious about protein and vitamins, and your mind is stronger than you realize it is. And if you are thinking your diet is insufficient and is making you sick, you will get sick from your mind. So try to be strong in your diet. Be confident. There is plenty of athletes and plenty of older people that are vegan, so that is a healthy diet. Just try to remove anxiety from your mind, and just be confident that what you're doing is amazing and it's healthy, great for the planet, and amazing for the animals. You will develop compassion deeper than you realize you have in you. And I will finish it. I have to run out, but I will finish with one last tip, and it is, are you going to lose any flavor? Are you going to lose the fun of food? No, you are going to gain. You're going to gain a lot of, the foods are going to start tasting much better. You're going to realize that there is bigger abundance than you ever realized there is, and you're going to enjoy food way more. Just give it time, commit, and keep doing what you're doing, keep experimenting, and you will enjoy food more than ever before. And before I continue, I want to show you the tea I just made, which is surprisingly good. And I don't know if you can see, it is turmeric, vanilla stevia, and pumpkin seed milk that I made this morning. The milk is made from the core of a delicata squash. I just blended it and strained it, and this is surprisingly good because I'm not a fan of turmeric, and I was scared to put a whole lot of turmeric in a cup, and I thought it's just gonna kind of be stinky, but it's actually delicious. And I want to finish. I will continue this tips with more practical tips, just what to eat and how many times a day, and before or after yoga, how to approach it, how many calories and all of that. But that will be for a next video, just because I don't want to make this video forever long. But I just want to finish by telling you that do not fear that you're giving up anything. Do not feel like you're sacrificing anything, and that all of a sudden you'll be left with lettuce and arugula, or lettuce and broccoli, and that, or carrots and peas, and there is nothing else for you. Actually, your options for food will open up, your interest in food will increase, and you will realize how many awesome foods are there and how much better they taste actually when your taste buds start adapting to your new lifestyle and to your new diet. So you actually you will gain flavor, you will eat better meals, I promise you. Your food will be heavenly, you will be just ecstatic every time you have a meal, and you will be more appreciative of the quality of food, and you will notice, actually you will begin to become very sensitive to, say, chemicals in food, or chemical sweeteners in food, or all of those things are going to lose their appeal to you. All refined oils and refined sugars and cakes and all of those, because you're going to start tasting things the way they taste. The chemical things taste chemically, the refined things taste too refined. They don't have dimension. You will start noticing that certain other wholesome foods taste way better, just no comparison, and you will eat more abundantly, and you will not worry about weight gain and all of those things, for the most part, of course, because you will be able to eat water-rich foods that are extremely delicious, that are extremely healthy for you, healthy for your joints, healthy for your skin. They have some protective properties, anti-inflammatory properties, heart disease protecting properties, cancer protective properties. So you're going to be doing nutrition, fun food, and prevention, and you will be having perfect nutrition for athletic and a sporty lifestyle, or for any type of even if you are sitting all day at a desk and you're just getting exhausted at a computer, this diet will support your vision better and your brain function better. So just commit to this long term. Know that this is not an overnight fix. Commit to a learning process and a learning curve, and things will evolve for you. You will get to enjoy your lifestyle a lot better down the line. And just try to be self-reliant, try to rely on yourself, try to learn for yourself, try to search resources and all of that on your own, because it's going to be a lot more fun, and then you can correct if there is something that's not working for you in the diet. It's not that you're following blindly someone's diet and all of a sudden it's not working, that's it, you give up, it didn't work. No, you just slight modifications. If you're aware of your body, slight modifications like, oh, I need to add more greens, I need to add a lot more fruit, I'm not getting enough calories, I need more vegetables. Just slight modifications to your diet, and you will be successful long term. Next time we'll talk about supplements and all of that, and maybe a little more practical advice about meal planning and foods and exact foods and portions and portion control and calories. But I will leave you with this for now. I think it was quite a bit of new tips, and I will see you next time. Namaste.